Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another unboxing and first impressions video. Now, followers of Through My Lens Instagram page got a heads up on this last week, and you clicked on the video title so you know today we are taking a look at the SIG Sauer P320 X-Five, the Legion edition, or what I call the Legion X-Five. Now, last week I did my very first unboxing and first impressions video on the SIG P365 XL, and that's been very well received. So look for more of these types of things from me. And much like last week, we're seeing the new SIG box here that replaces the old black box. Almost identical in design. This box is a little bigger than the 365 XL box. But let's go ahead and pop this open and take a look at the goodness that's inside. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Oh, there it is. The Legion emblem. You know, I've wanted to for a while get a Legion model. I think the concept of the Legion is neat, kind of this elite members only club for top tier customers. The problem is, you know, I've got a couple of 226s that I almost never shoot. And most of the Legion models that we've seen so far have been the classic 226, 229. I've been waiting for SIG to come out with a P320 version because I have many P320s and I really dig the P320 line. I've been shooting the X-Five since the very beginning, literally. SIG sent me one for testing and I got one ahead of the general release. And so I've been shooting that for over 2 years. I've got a couple X-Fives already before the Legion model. Yeah, I'm just excited that now there's finally a Legion in the P320 lineup, and I'm sure now that they've gone this direction, we will definitely see others. But of course, when you pop this open, you've got your manual inside. It's pretty standard P320 manual, nothing real exciting here. Of course, you got your Legion brochure here that encourages you to register online, which I've already done. I've got my Legion X-Five thermal box coming along with the challenge coin. That'll kind of be neat. I'll probably do something on there. You see you've got some Legion stickers along with the standard SIG stickers, so that's pretty interesting. Go ahead and set this off to the side, and we'll take a look at what else is in the box here. So the Legion X-Five comes with 17 round magazines, 3 of them. The standard X-Five has historically come with 21 round magazines, and I've seen some criticism that this model includes 17 round magazines, and one of the criticisms being that, you know, when they're in the gun here, particularly when you've got the mag well on it, you can't really get to them all that well. But keep in mind that most people who shoot competition are in USPSA or Steel Challenge, like myself, and the 21 round magazines do not meet the restriction for production and carry optics of the length for the magazine. That's too long. You need to use the 17 round magazines, and you need to use a base plate that will take them to 22 or 23 rounds. Now, these magazines that are included with the Legion do have a base plate on them. It doesn't add any capacity to the 17 rounds, but it is does have the neat Legion logo on there, so that's kind of nifty and neat. Kind of like that. But I, for one, am happy, and I think most competition shooters will be happy that 17 round magazines are included, because I would have to always buy additional 17 round magazines, and I didn't use the 21 round magazines all that much. Also included in the package that's a little different is these 1911 style recoil springs. I believe they include a 14 and a 15 pound. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to double check. I know I run a 13 pound in my X-Five currently. I do use a 1911 style guide rod, a heavy guide rod, and the 1911 style recoil springs. But you don't have to do that because the Legion X-Five comes with a 1911 style guide rod, and it already comes with a couple of recoil springs. So I'm excited to get those out onto the range and see how I like those compared to what I've had. So let me go ahead and get this box out of the way, and let's take a closer look at the Legion X-Five itself. Okay, let's take a look at the Legion X-Five. A few differences from the non-Legion model that came before it. And let me say right off the bat, my first impressions, wow, this is a heavy gun. This is definitely heavier than my 226s. This is a substantial beast. And what's interesting to me is that, and I knew going in that the grip module, of course, is polymer infused with tungsten. And I really wasn't expecting it to feel different, but it does. It feels, I won't exactly say it feels exactly like metal. I won't say that it feels exactly like polymer. It just feels different. It's kind of interesting, and it just feels so substantial. Wow, very, very impressive. Set that magazine over there for the time being. The trigger is upgraded. It's better than the previous X-Five trigger. Very nice. Very nice. My first impression of that trigger is that it is very similar to the Gray Gun's competition trigger. Let me pull in my current P320 X-Five. And that's the model that I'm currently using in competition today. And it does have the Gray Gun's trigger. And of course it's a little lighter because I've got about 10,000 rounds fired through this gun, but they break at almost identically the same point and have this almost the same audible reset. So that the new trigger, one of the first things I always did when the last two X-Fives that I bought is I ordered a Gray Gun's competition trigger, but you don't need to do it now. I mean, that's as good as the Gray Gun's trigger, in my opinion. Of course, it is skeletonized. That's just an aesthetic feature there. It doesn't really add any performance value that I'm aware of, but it is a neat little distinguishing characteristic. So pretty neat. Now, I'm not even sure that you're going to be able to see this on video. But of course, like all Legion models, this one comes in the kind of Legion PVD gray, whereas it's black over here. You can tell it more in the grip module than you can the slide. I really can't see much of a color difference at all in the slides of these two firearms. So I'm not sure. As a matter of fact, the slide does have more of a darker appearance to my eye than the lower on this. So I'm not sure 100% that they actually applied any PVD color coding to the slide. Maybe. It's really hard to tell. I'll have to look at it more outside. Maybe I can get a better viewpoint from that standpoint. But historically, one of the other things that kind of kept me from running out and getting a Legion gun is I'm not really crazy about gray. I would have preferred they just be black. Having said that, my first impressions of the color of this really isn't as bad as what I thought. I thought I would want to, run out immediately and get the thing Cerakoted black, but this isn't horrible. There's a little bit of a color mismatch again with the magwell, and I think with the slide a little bit. But overall, the color doesn't really bother me too much. So that's good. I really like that. And again, it's got this really quality feel. And it goes beyond just the weight. It does feel different in hand. It's difficult to articulate, but it feels like a very different gun. It really does. I am super impressed with what I'm seeing so far. And tomorrow I plan on taking it out on the range and putting a few hundred rounds through it and really putting it through the paces and seeing what I like and what I don't like. So should be pretty interesting. Look for the written photo review that's coming on Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org, and as well as the expanded full review of the Legion X-Five that's going to be coming here in the next week or so. But again, first impressions are very, very positive, better than I actually thought they would be. I'm really liking the gun. I'm interested in seeing whether the weight has a measurable impact on what I'm seeing downrange from both a speed and an accuracy standpoint. We'll see. It will be interesting. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.